Let's bring in skipper of the Midland Rockhounds and friend of the program, Bobby Crosby, here on a Saturday. How you doing, Bones?
Good, Brody. How you doing?
It's great to see you, as always. Hey, look, I wanted to talk to you because I saw this article by Martin Gallegos of MLB.com. He was chatting with A's GM David Forst about how talented your team is here and now. So before we dive into player by player, what is the state of your team? About a .500 record, good run differential. I know lately there's been a little bit of a skid, but pretty talented roster top to bottom.
Yeah, I mean, we got good pitching. We have, really good defense, and we got guys that can hit. This last week and a half has been a little tough for us, but overall, our talent's there. We just, need to play better right now, but overall, we're very talented and guys play the game the right way.
And the basis of that article is that you've got so many players in Double-A right now that could be fast-tracked to the major league level sooner than later. So let's get into some of the individuals here. Darryl Hernaiz, the shortstop, can play any infield position, 21 years old. He was part of that Cole Irvin trade with the Baltimore Orioles, known to have, quote, freakish contact skills, according to Billy Owens of the A's. What do we need to know about Darryl?
He can flat out hit. He can hit for power. He can hit for average. He's doing both right now. And freakish contact skills is accurate. I mean, there'll be a pitch up and away, and he'll hit the right, and down and in, he'll hit the left. He knows how to put the barrel to the ball. Defensively has been our, me and his main focus. Getting good jumps and doing everything right, playing shortstop. But he's growing a lot. As a shortstop. So he's doing the right things, and he's looking really good right now.
One of those cases where he could probably play any infield position. I mean, if he can play short, he can play anywhere.
Yeah, I think he'd play anywhere. I mean, I like him at short. It could be a second piece, but overall, I think he can do a great job at shortstop.
Tell me about your third baseman, Brett Harris, recently hitting .298 for average, but I'm also hearing that his play defensively is pretty sharp. Very
sharp. Defensively, he's spot on. He does everything correct. He gets good jumps. His arm's accurate. Offensively, he takes the ball wherever they pitch it. If they throw it away, he hits it to the right. They come in, he pulls it. He's a smart player. He has a nose for the game. As you're seeing there, he runs down stuff. He just knows how to play baseball.
Why am I not surprised that the A's have found yet another third baseman? I mean, you think about the lineage over the years from Sal Bando to Carney Lansford to Eric Chavez, Josh Donaldson, Matt Chapman. Obviously, you got to play alongside a couple really talented third basemen for the Oakland A. So Brett Harris, one of the next names probably in that list of players at the hot corner. I want to get to Lawrence Butler. Everybody he caught everybody's attention back in spring training. Just a dynamic player, it seems like. He's a big boy. He's got a skill set of athleticism, good baseball IQ. Lawrence Butler, 6 homers as of recently, .309 average, drives in runs, steals bases. What does he not do?
I don't know. That's a great question. I mean, he does everything well. He can go the opposite way. He can pull the ball. He runs stuff down. He's thrown out some runners at the plate. He's talented. He knows he's good. He has that swagger about him.
Yeah.
There really isn't anything he can't do. I guess refining some of those tools and knowing when to pull them out and when to be smart. Throwing the bases and doing different things. But he has every tool you could want. He has that 6th tool where he knows he's good, knows he's going to be a big leaguer, and he's definitely fun to have on the team.
He's one of the players in spring training that coined that phrase, the new Oakland, like the new next core of players.
Yeah,
is there a leadership aspect of him too? Like clubhouse guy, guys respect him?
Yeah, guys look up to him. He always has guys around him. Guys gravitate to him, and he's loud and he's vocal and he's entertaining. So yeah, he has leadership skills, and I guess there's a few guys. Harris is the same way. Darryl's more of a quiet, reserved type of guy, but Law's the type of guy that guys are going to gravitate to and have a good time being around.
All right, the next name is Denzel Clark, and our mutual friend Shooty Babbitt. He told me about Denzel I think 2 years ago, maybe. I feel like it was quite some time ago. He's like, you're going to like this guy. Leading Midland right now with a .943 OPS. That was in his first 28 games. Had 5 homers up to that point. Again, a multifaceted player. Driving in runs, a couple stolen bases. What's the read on Denzel?
He might be the best athlete I've ever been around, baseball-wise. He does things that aren't normal. Running down balls, jumping up on the wall and catching it. Like he's a freak athlete. His baseball skills I think will eventually catch up to how good of an athlete he is. And they're starting to. He's making progress, and he's doing things that shouldn't be done on the baseball field. It's fun to watch. You don't know what he's going to do every day, what play he's going to make, or watching him run first to home is something special. Yeah, he's an uber athlete, and he's only going to get better as his baseball skills continue to grow.
And I think Shooty used the comp of Jermaine Dye at one point. You know, that's who he could pan out to be like. So that would be great for the Oakland A's. Two pitchers to discuss. Obviously, we've been in the position player market here, but Ryan Cusick and Joey Estes. First, Ryan, and both these players, by the way, acquired in that same Matt Olson trade with Atlanta. What can you tell us about Ryan first?
He's having a really good year. He's kind of grown up. You know, last year he struggled a little bit. Got hit around and then, would lose command. This year, he's got his command. His stuff has always been good, but he's starting to believe in himself a little bit more. I think his head space is in a way better place because, like I said, his stuff plays. But knowing when to throw what pitch and where to spot it up at, he's definitely taken strides. And, the confidence is huge for him. Last year was difficult, and now he's starting to, believe he can get hitters out and knows he can go 6-7 innings without giving up a run and only a hit or two. So he's really stepped up his mental game, and his confidence is growing.
Well, it's great when you think about these names added to what the A's have already brought up, like this year alone, Hogan Harris, Mason Miller, Luis Medina. There's a talented core of arms. So let's get to Joey Estes, who the scouting report says he's got a good delivery, lively fastball, slider, changeup, a good arsenal, and starter ingredients is what I'm told here about Joey Estes.
Yeah, he has every pitch there is, and he is super entertaining to watch. He's kind of a maniac on the mound. Like, he walks around, he runs off the field. He's super energetic. I love when he pitches. I mean, he is a competitor. He does not like to lose. He doesn't like to give up a hit or a run. And when you get somebody out, you know it. There you go. It's intense. And he's a guy that I love having on the mound because I know no matter what, he's going to compete.
So you're saying,
and he's going to give his best effort. And the stuff is really good. So, yeah, if he's on the mound, I'm a happy man.
Is it like Nick Swisher energy, basically? Never mind. Don't answer that question. Don't answer that question. Last real question for you here. We've mentioned all these names here of players. How realistic, in your opinion, is it to see some of them, a few of them, one of them, or any of them, be in Double-A right now and maybe be at the major league level by the end of this season? Is that a realistic trajectory and timeline?
Very much so. I mean, this level is a level where guys kind of find out if they can, move on and play at the big leagues. I mean, it's a talented level, and we got guys that are putting up good numbers and showing that they can compete against some of the best players, in this league. So, yeah, that's not far-fetched. We've seen it with Jonah Bride. We've seen it with Jordan Diaz. And, the pitchers we have here, they're talented enough. We had Hogan Harris last year as well. So it can be a quick transition from here to the big leagues. It's not that big of a jump in my eyes. They go up to AAA and do some good things, or if the A's decided that they were, ready at this level to make the jump to the big leagues, I can see that happening. Like I said, we got some really talented guys, and, it's a long season. As long as they can keep progressing and take care of their bodies and their minds, they're going to be just fine. And, yeah, could definitely see them in Oakland this year.
And you know what, Bobby? It's been great to see you do your thing as manager of Midland and obviously playing a key part of development in the A's organization. We always appreciate your time, so thank you so much for doing this.
Of course, Brody. Anytime. You know that.
All righty.